How's it going, Airsofters? I've finally got around to doing a loadout video to show you guys the kit, the equipment and the replicas that I'm going to be using in 2019. Those of you that are familiar with my channel will know that I usually have two different play styles, an assault class and a sniper class. So first up, let's take a look at the assault class. Let's start at the bottom and take a look at my boots. So I've had these Lowa GTX 8s now for about a year, and previously I'd had several pairs of cheaper boots where I'd gone home at the end of the day and I'd had soaking wet cold feet, and there's nothing worse than having cold and wet feet again. I invested some money in these Lowas. They weren't cheap, but I think footwear is one of the most important things that you take to airsoft with you, and these keep my feet nice and warm, dry and comfortable throughout the whole day. So next up, let's take a look at my trousers. These are Clawgear. They're in a CCE camouflage pattern. I love the style of these knee pads. They bolt on through the pants onto the pads. The U-Backs is just a cheap Chinese branded one from Amazon. I bought it just because I like the style of it. My helmet is an FMA fast style helmet with a Untitled cover on top. My eye protection are Revision Shadowstrike ballistic rated glasses, and my mask is a Division 6 T-Farge. These days my plate carrier of choice is a Marui Recon in OD. It's a modular plate carrier, so I'm doing a couple of clips. Front panel comes off, you can put on different front panels, different weapon loadouts. This configuration I have it in is suitable for my Evo and my 416, and it will hold 6 of each mags, 2 in the front, 4 at the back, and you have 2 pouches for pistol mags, BBs, or whatever else you like. There's also plenty of molly spare on the side and on the back should you wish to add additional pouches. The gloves I use are black Mechanix Impacts. I also use a Crye Precision MRB or a modular rigger belt. This holds my holster, my HiCapa, a utility pouch, and also a dump pouch. So this is a hook and loop style, so I've got the inner belt on already through the loops of my trousers, and this goes over the top, and there's no way that that's going to fall down. So let's move on and take a look at my replicas. First up, let's have a look at my sidearm. This is my Marui 4.3 HiCapa. Been a reliable sidearm now for many years. People often ask me what modifications I've done to it. Well, at present I'm running it totally stock, and it just works so well, so reliable, very efficient on gas in the winter time. I'm wrapping it with a G-code holster. Which is super fast and super safe. New to my armoury this year is a Secutor Velites SV Ferrum. A lovely feel to the pump. Probably the best I've felt on any spring airsoft shotgun. Previous to this I had the plastic model. I've just upgraded to the metal version. Isn't she a looker? Then we have one of my all-time favourites, the Asg Scorpion Evo. This one here is a 2018 model which has some revisions to the gearbox and other internal components. Externally, I'm running a G&P suppressor which fits on without the use of the adapter, a Vortex Crossfire Red Dot, and a PTS foregrip which allows me to store my scope cam batteries inside it. At the moment, my Evo is internally totally stock. Reason number one is because I don't want to void the warranty that ASG give with this awesome replica. Number two is because these things work so well out of the box anyway that I haven't seen the need to change anything yet. This is my Marui HK416, probably my favourite AEG that I've ever owned, probably the best AEG that I've ever owned. Externally this thing has a Diatac 10.5 inch REM rail with a PTS RVG foregrip. We've got the VLTRR stock, and at the moment I'm using a Strike Systems short dart scope on there. Internally there's lots of Prometheus stuff in there. I've got the Prometheus 603 barrel with purple bucking. There's a BTC Spectre trigger MOSFET in there as well, which is fully programmable. I've changed the connectors to XT60 connectors as well for better resistance. So now you've seen my assault loadout, let's move on to my sniper loadout. So there we go, bush transformation completed. So where are we going to start? Right, we'll start off with the base suit. The base suit is a North Mountain Gear brown full premium leafy suit. Something like that anyway. It's got a really long-winded name. The original base suit had to have a little bit of crafting done for it to suit my needs really. When it came, it's quite greyish in colour. So what I do is I purchased some dye called iodide poly, and what you do is basically you boil it in like a big Ghillie stew type thing for about half an hour with this dye, and it comes out, all the grey bits are gone, and it's looking nice and brown. The suit is very good quality, it's a very tough mesh. I've had previous suits where the mesh will just rip instantly as soon as you catch it on a thorn or a bramble or something like that. But these suits are very good quality and very well made. It comes in two parts. You've got the trousers and you've got the top half. The top part is the same quality mesh material. If you can see that, it's very good quality and breathable as well. It has to be breathable because it's -5 out there now, but it feels like I'm in the Bahamas. You have to craft these suits really to get the most out of them. I mainly craft the arms and on the shoulders here. You can see these big leaves here. These are called sneaky leaves, and you can buy these from places like Skirm Shop. They come in all different types of colours, greens, browns and tans, and very good at creating volume on the suit. Also I've got this stuff here, this is called Raffia, and what I do is I dye that as well. I've got greens, I've got browns, and that builds depth to your suit as well. The rig that I use is a Viper Spec Ops chest rig. Don't know if you might be able to make it out amongst all that. It's a very lightweight rig, but I can store loads of stuff in it. I can store all my SRS mags in there. I can store BBs for days, speed loader, mobile phone, all sorts. And I don't know if you've spotted it, my Mark 23 is also holstered in there as well, very securely. It's designed for carrying like 5.56 magazines, M4 type mags. What I've done is I've cut the bottom out of one of those. The Mark 23 sits in there nicely, and the retention elastic slips over the grip. Got a hydration pack on the back there which has been crafted, and it's quite handy because you can blow it up as well to increase the volume, and it just takes away from that humanoid shape that you've got. Also got bits of elastic on the back there so I can put natural vegetation in. Got bits of elastic on my headpiece as well, so you can just shove in natural vegetation depending on where it feels like that you're playing at. Moving on to my headgear, this is another crafted piece of mesh that I've made up, and believe it or not, it's actually stuck on fast helmet that I showed you earlier, the FMA fast helmet, and it's just a cover that goes over the top of that. Now the reason I chose to put this over top of a fast helmet is because I love how comfortable this fast helmet is, and it's a great base for my cameras as well, because I can run a camera on the front, I can run my power bank at the back, I can run my microphone and all the cables and everything I need on that helmet with no issues as well. The face mask, I don't know if you can see it in there, the face mask is one of those One Tigress type face masks, you know, with the padded sides on it, and they're very comfortable, protects my teeth. I've crafted it, added bits to it, added this big beard bit to it as well, so this covers my white neck area up. The eye protection I use are ESS Advances with the Heroshark mesh modded lenses on. Now I know a lot of guys out there don't like mesh lenses, but these mesh are tested to a very high impact FPS, and they're made in such a way they're flat mesh, so the BB kind of balances off rather than shatters on them like it does on a lot of the woven type Chinese mesh. Like I say, I know a lot of guys don't like them, but most sniper guys in Europe do actually wear mesh goggles. I've not had any problems myself, and I've not heard of anybody else having any problems with these Heroshark mesh lenses. The gloves I use are again Mechanix Impact gloves. These are the Multicam versions, but I've sprayed them with a Slide Brand Crye spray, and you might see there on the sleeves I've tied a piece of elastic to the sleeve so it goes on my thumb to stop the sleeves from rolling down and showing my white wrists off. Just little things like that can give you away, and there's stuff like that that you learn. There's a great group on Facebook called Sniper Ops, which I highly recommend that you join if you're interested in building this sort of stuff and learning techniques of making this and learning techniques of the game really. And also there's the master of ghillies himself, Mr. Kicking Mustang. Highly recommend you checking out his work on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. So you've just seen my Mark 23, let's have a closer look at it. It's totally stock internally. This is the Tokyo Marui version, not the ASG version, the Tokyo Marui version. It's still got all the Tokyo Marui hot rubber and barrel and everything in there. I know a lot of people change that out for maple leaf stuff, and the only modification I have made to this is the Hadron Designs top dead center mod. It will now lift heavier BBs as well. This will lift up to 4.5s easy really, with easy adjustments with a hex key. I'm running the Silverback Mark 23 suppressor. Doesn't make it any quieter, I wouldn't say, than the TM one, but I just find this better build quality. These things are so quiet though. I've shot people with this from feet away and they still don't know where you are, where the shot came from. They're that quiet. Another little tip I can offer on these is a lot of people lose the magazines out of these Mark 23s. So what I've done, and what a lot of people do, is this is just an old bicycle inner tube, just cut up and taped around the grip there, and if you do happen to knock the mag release there, your mag is not going to fall out of the bottom. So let's take a look at my main sniper rifle, and as most of you'll know, I use the Silverback SRS, the 16-inch version, which is probably the best airsoft sniper rifle out. In fact, it is the best airsoft sniper rifle out there at the moment. They're not cheap at all, but the build quality you get with these is just second to none. I'm actually using, I keep swapping between the stock barrel and the PDI barrel. In there at the moment is the PDI barrel, but the stock barrel is good. I'm using the new Silverback Airsoft 50-degree flat bucking in there, and also I've installed the Silverback fast hop unit, which makes adjusting your hop up a lot easier. I have the variable weight piston in there with the air brake on there, so it's dead quiet. This one is firing about 2.3 joules and it's just whisper quiet. It's even quieter when it's got a BB going through the barrel as well. And yeah, like I say, 2.3 joules. People do say that with the bullpup design they have trouble cocking them sometimes, but yeah, you see how simple that is. Minimal effort. I run a foregrip on the front. I just find it makes cocking it that much easier. The scope I use is a Vortex. It's the Vortex Crossfire II 2-7 by 35. Crystal clear glass on them. The warranty is brilliant. They're not the cheapest of scopes, but the warranty that comes with them is a lifetime warranty. If you get smashed by a BB, Vortex will repair it or replace it for you. What more can you ask for? Well guys, thanks very much for watching my Airsoft Loadout video. I hope you found it interesting, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to list all my kit and all my bits and pieces in the description below, should you wish to sort of investigate any further into the stuff that I use. If you've got any questions or comments you want to make, please ask them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer everything I can. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I mean, it's basically like FPS except better graphics.